In the labyrinth of climate change discourse, a fascinating transformation has unfolded over the decades. Once, the scientific community and the public were preoccupied with the looming threat of global cooling and the onset of another ice age. This concern, prevalent in the mid-20th century, gradually gave way to the now dominant anxiety over global warming. This shift reflects not only advancements in climate science, but also a deeper understanding of human impacts on Earth's atmosphere. The global cooling concern. In the early to mid-20th century, scientific studies and media reports occasionally warned of a forthcoming ice age. Observations indicated a slight cooling trend, and some speculated that it could herald a significant shift in Earth's climate. For instance, in the 1950s and 1970s, the notion of global cooling gained traction, partly fueled by concerns over nuclear winter scenarios and natural cycles suggesting a return to glaciation. These fears were grounded in genuine observations, such as the multidecadal cooling noted from about 1940 and the theoretical underpinnings of Milankovitch cycles, suggesting Earth was due for another ice age soon in geological terms. However, soon, in this context referred to thousands, not hundreds, of years, and the scientific community remained far from consensus on an imminent ice age. Transition to global warming awareness. As the 20th century progressed, the narrative began to shift. By the late 1970s, emerging research pointed towards a different threat: global warming. This change was driven by improved climate models, a better understanding of atmospheric chemistry, and, crucially, the recognition of the role of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in trapping heat in the atmosphere. The research community's focus shifted from the potential cooling effects of aerosols and particulate pollution to the warming effects of greenhouse gas emissions. Studies from the 1970s onwards increasingly highlighted the likelihood of global warming, laying the foundation for the current scientific consensus that human activities, especially the burning of fossil fuels, are warming the planet at an unprecedented rate. Comparing the two periods. When comparing the global cooling concerns of the past with today's worries about global warming, several key differences emerge. First, the scientific understanding of climate processes and human impacts has vastly improved. Early models and theories about global cooling were based on less comprehensive data and did not account for the complexities of climate systems, as well as modern models do. Second, the global warming consensus is based on a robust and diverse body of evidence, including temperature records, ice core data, and climate modeling. This evidence overwhelmingly supports the view that Earth is warming rapidly due to human activities, a conclusion that has far more scientific backing than the global cooling theories ever did. Lastly, the urgency and scale of the response to global warming surpass any concern raised by the cooling hypothesis. Global warming carries profound implications for sea level rise, extreme weather events, and biodiversity loss, pressing governments and societies worldwide into action. Which concern is more reasonable? Given the evidence, the concern over global warming is not only more reasonable but also more urgent. The potential consequences of continued greenhouse gas emissions include catastrophic changes to our planet's climate system, with widespread impacts on ecosystems, human health, and economies. In contrast, the global cooling narrative, while grounded in observations of a temporary trend, lacked the comprehensive understanding and consensus that characterize the current global warming discourse. In conclusion, the journey from ice age fears to global warming warnings encapsulates the evolution of climate science. It highlights the importance of continual research, open-mindedness in science, and the need for global cooperation to address one of the most pressing challenges of our time. The ups and downs in climate concern mirror the advances in our understanding, underscoring the shift from speculative cooling fears to the well-founded alarms over global warming. This evolution in thought underscores the critical role of science in shaping our response to planetary challenges, demonstrating that as our knowledge deepens, so too does our responsibility to act.